Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us today for this Tech Tuesday presentation on the EPM Live Online Planner, Importing Tasks and Creating Templates. My name is Morgan Meyer. I'll be today's webinar moderator. Should you have any questions, please feel free to type them into the chat module. We are recording today's presentation, and we'll send it out a little bit later today. Our presenter today is EPM Live Technical Trainer Marianne Uribe, and so with that, I'll go ahead and turn it right over to you, Marianne.
Thank you, Morgan. Good morning and welcome everyone online. Today I'm going to be walking you through the steps of saving a template in the online project planner and importing an Excel list. Welcome again to those just logging on. So I'm going to be assuming the role of a project manager. And as a project manager, I'll be able to launch the online project planner, create a schedule, add some summary tasks, detailed tasks and milestones, then add some durations and links, and then save this as a template. Now, the reason why I might do that is oftentimes many organizations they have a certain amount of tasks or certain specific tasks that need to be in their schedules, so this would save them some time. Once I save that template, it's available for each new project through Edit Plan. So the first time, before I even save a template, when I launch the project planner, when I select Edit Plan and I choose to launch the project planner automatically launches. After I save my first template, my options will be, once I click Edit Plan, is I'll launch the project planner, but then I'll have the option to either remain with a blank template or use the one that I just saved, or others that might have been saved as well would be listed underneath. After we're done with saving the template, I'm going to show you how to import a list. A list could be, an Excel list, Sharepoint list, TSV or CSV file. Today I'll be importing an Excel list. So as a project manager, I'll launch the online project planner, and I'll first save the project because that will allow me to use the import feature once I save it. I'll import that Excel file and possibly a Sharepoint list after. I'll edit the tasks or list that I've imported, perhaps change the duration or assign some resources, maybe delete a few, whatnot, rearrange them, and then I save and publish. And anything that I save and publish, if they're assigned to a certain resource, that resource will be notified of the tasks that they've been assigned. It's that simple. So let's go ahead and get started with my demonstration. I'm going to jump over to my site. I'm in my Cloud One Consulting site. I'm in the Project Center in the Executive Summary View. I've selected this T3 Dev project. Once this is highlighted, notice my ribbon changes up here. So I'm going to create a task schedule for T3 Dev, and then I'm going to save it as a template. So I'm going to click Edit Plan up on my ribbon. And the first thing it asks me is, which tool would I like to use, Microsoft Project or Project Planner? Today we're focusing on the online Project Planner. So I'm going to go ahead and click Project Planner, and it's going to launch the online project planner for me. Notice it doesn't ask me about any other templates. It's just going to launch that blank one because we don't have any others saved. Excuse me, pop this out a little bit there. Get back in just a second. So we're now in the project planner. The name of this particular project is T3 Dev. It comes in with just the title. So here, if I wanted to create this as a template, perhaps I'd drop in a summary, and I'll name this summary scope, and a few detailed tasks. Determine project timeline, secure resources, and scope complete. So one milestone here. I'll add another summary task, but this time I'll just enter it and then edit it after the fact. So I'll put in development here and develop specs, a couple of detail tasks. And one more milestone. I'll take development here and I'm going to outdent it. So now I have 2 summary tasks. I'm going to mark the milestones with a 0 duration so they show up as milestones in my Gantt to the right. Notice the 2 diamonds. So I've got my 2 summary tasks, my 2 milestones, and some detail tasks. From here, maybe I'll put in some durations. Now, if it were the same for all, I could copy them down, but I'm not going to put in all the same. I'm going to put in some different durations here, so maybe 5, 3, 4, and I'm good to go with my durations. As well as I might want to link them before I save this as a template. Right now, they're starting at the same date because none of them are linked. So I'm going to go ahead and link my tasks with this drop-down within the task group, link down option. And it's here that I could choose my relationships. I'm going to just choose the waterfall finish to start relationship, and it starts to link them. I'm going to go ahead and continue down and link up the rest of my tasks. So now I've got my schedule, and let's say that this schedule includes tasks that I have to do consistently on a lot of different projects. So I want to save this so I don't have to recreate it each time. To do that, I'm going to go to my Projects tab, and up on the tab, within the Tools group, notice we have a Save as Template. I'm going to go ahead and click Save as Template, and I name it. I'm going to name this one Scope. I could give it a description if I'd like, and then I click OK. It's that easy to save a template. Now I click OK. I could continue to work on this or not. I could simply click Save. I haven't assigned anybody, so I'm not going to publish anything yet. I'm just going to close out of here, just to show you what it looks like when I launch this in another project. So that was what I did. I created my schedule in the online planner, and I saved it as a template. Now I'm going to bounce off this project that I've created, Tech T312 project, and I'm going to choose Edit Plan. And now this time you'll notice when we launch the project planner, it's going to ask me, which template do I want to use? The blank one was what we went in with originally, but we just created Scope. So here I could click on Scope, select this template. It's going to open up what we saved. And from here I can either make changes, add additions, assign my resources. I've got my project here. Here I'll come in and assign myself a couple of these items. Oops. Let's go ahead and clear that. A couple of other resources I'll assign, and maybe a couple more tasks. So now I've made my changes. I could make change the durations or whatnot, but when I'm ready to tell my team about this, I click Save. And after I save, I'd click Publish. Once I click Publish, it goes into the queued state. And these resources to the right, Marianne, Kate, Meg, and whoever else you assign, will receive notifications that they've been assigned these tasks. Now this is in the queued state, so we're going to go ahead and close this, or actually I'll jump onto another tab. But when they do receive those notifications, it'll show up in their notifications, general notifications box in the upper right-hand corner, as well as they'll receive an email. So that takes us through saving a template in the Online Project Planner. Now let's jump over to my other site. We're going to use this demo site. Now let's look at importing lists in the demo site here. So why would we do this? The objective here is to save time. Perhaps you have a list of tasks that you've created in an Excel file or maybe in a to-do Sharepoint list, and you want to import those lists instead of having to recreate them. You can use our import feature and import either a TSV, CSV file, an Excel file, or a Sharepoint list. So let's go ahead and practice with that. I've got this iExcel project created. I've got it selected. Once I click Select, I'm going to choose to Edit Plan up on my ribbon. It's going to launch the Online Planner, and there are no templates saved in this site. So it's just once I click Project Planner, it's going to launch the Project Planner for me. So let's say as a project manager, I have some tasks that I want to import from somewhere else. I could first just save this. I could create a list and add to it by importing. So it would make an additional task, the list longer. or I can just start by importing from the beginning. To start, though, if I go up to my project, you'll notice the import feature is not available yet. The first thing you have to do if you want to import immediately is to save. So I click Save. So now it's saved. Once it's saved, notice my import is now available. So I'm going to click the drop down and notice I have the ability to import a SharePoint list, Excel, CSV, or TSV file. Let's start with Excel. I'm going to go ahead and click on Excel. And it's going to ask me for where my, to go locate my file. Click my Browse, and here's my Excel import. I'm going to click Open and Upload. Now the names, the task list that I saved in this Excel file is on my first tab in the sheet in my Excel book. So it's a task list here, that's why it shows up, but it could be on sheet 2 or 3, whatever name you name those tabs. Then click Next. Now if you had a unique ID column, you could select it here, or WSB, work breakdown structure, you could select it here. Notice the Excel fields are named as task name, time, start date, and due date. But in my planner fields, I have task name. So here I have to match this. So I'm going to select time is actually duration. So in other words, your fields don't have to be named exactly, but you do have to match them here. So time would be duration, start and finish. And I don't want to duplicate this. I wouldn't check that. And then I'm going to click Import Now. And it's going to start to import this. You're going to wait for this to complete to 100%. And then you click OK, and it will show your list. So it'll save me time. So now it says imported task, please do not close window until complete, 100% complete, and I click close. It's going to pull in those task lists from the Excel file into my schedule. Once it pulls it in, you perhaps may want to change your project start date because the dates from your Excel list may be older, such as mine is here. So here I'd go to my project, and I'd move my project out to the current date perhaps, and click OK. Now it changes the dates here. If I want to view my project here, zoom to fit, they're all starting on the same date, so I'd want to link up my tasks. Before I do that, though, I could also import a to-do list or a SharePoint list if I had that. Additionally, I could assign my resources, so change my durations or whatnot. Well, before I link them, maybe I'd like to import a to-do list as well. Perhaps I had created a list, put some items in my to-do, and I know that I do need to act on those. I didn't want to launch a project, so now I actually want to import that as well. To do that, I'm going to go ahead to my project again, and this time I'm going to save my project first. It's going to save what I've imported. And now I go back to my import list, click the drop down, and I'll import a SharePoint list. So you just saw me import an Excel list. It's that easy. And I'll show you SharePoint as well. So I'm going to add to this. Now where is that? What SharePoint list do I want to import? I simply select from the drop down, and I want to import my to-do list because there are some items in there that I want to pull into my schedule. And then I click Next. And again, it may pull in more if you, I'm going to uncheck this because I don't want it to pull in just items that are associated to this project because some of those to-do items that I put in there I didn't have a project name yet for. If I had a unique work breakdown structure, I could choose it here. I look at the fields. Once I'm done, I click Import Now, and it's going to pull in any of those to-do items that I have. And from there, I can delete the ones that I don't need, change them, modify them, and whatnot. Again, we wait for this to 100% complete. I click Close, and then my to-do list will be in here. And then from there, I will make modifications and link up my tasks and assign them. After that's all said and done, I'll save and publish, and those resources that I assign, those items will be notified via email and their general notifications. It's that easy in importing lists using our import feature in the online project planner. Again, here are the dates you might want to change. I've changed the start date of this project, so for here, if I wanted to just select my tasks and then link them down, I'll just select the waterfall effect. Now if I go to my view and I want to view my project, I can see they're all linked. So from here what I would do is I'd assign my resources. So I get this. Perhaps myself, or I'm logged in as Steve Masters. I'd continue on, assign some resources to these tasks, and when I'm all said and done, ready to tell the world or my team about it, it's here I would hit Save up on the ribbon. It saves the plan, and then finally Publish. By clicking Publish, my resources will be notified, as well as these tasks and to-do items will now show up in the Task Center under this IXL file. That takes us through importing lists on the online project planner, Before wrapping up, I'd like to introduce you to EPM Live University. EPM Live University is our new online learning management system where you and your team can easily access all the end user and site collection administrator training for EPM Live products. Here's our login. I'll click Sign In. So here, it's where you can access our user guides, self-paced courses, and even register for weekly instructor-led Q&A sessions. EPM Live University is part of our Premier Success program. To find out more about EPM Live University, please visit our EPM Live training page at epmlive.com. We hope you've enjoyed today's presentation on saving templates and importing lists. Thank you and have a great day.